Hello guys. My name is Miles Edgeworth.Copy and today my friend Lady Ema Skye posted a video in which he addresses his so-called top 5 plotholes in Professor Layton v. Ace Attorney, which is dumb in the first place. Because the game is perfect in every aspect. So because of that, let's look closely at why the plotholes he mentions are false. Plus, I will explain my 100% true theory as to why Ema's video is false and stupid AF and what really is happening in the game. I advise you to watch his video first before you come back to watch this. Link in the description, spoilers ahead. Or not. I don't give a fuck about spoiling you little brats. His main points are that it would be unlikely to not notice the things which are being made invisible since one can still touch them and invisible people should still leave footprints and stuff. But if you think about it, everything is crystal clear. Probably everyone in this game is being drugged so badly that their minds can be formed like raw dough. See, that's why Phoenix Wright and Maya Fey have been baking bread in the beginning of the game. It's definitely a hint towards this theory. So let me elaborate on that. No, actually, they aren't being drugged but are doing it to themselves. The only thing happening in reality is that Layton and Phoenix are both drug addicts who sold their assistance on the black market to pay for their addiction. Which becomes apparent when looking at each franchise respectively. Phoenix thinks spirit channeling is real. That's a very drug addict thing to assume. He was on LSD and sometimes ecstasy the whole series along. At least in the original trilogy. That's why they took his attorney's badge. Because substance abuse is a no-go for a lawyer and he slowly turned into hobo Wright. Because he needed to sell his suits to pay for his drug addiction, so that's why he robbed a homeless person of his clothes, leaving him dying nakedly in a cold winter night. He became a drug dealer, which was his true profession, while pretending to play piano in the bar in Apollo Justice. But he was still able to get his badge back because his amazing bluffing skills increase while on drug trips. The reason Maya is gone after the first few games is that, in the course of Apollo Justice, Phoenix sold her organs on the black market. After brutally killing her because of his paranoia, he thought she would be a threat to him. Probably a spy or something to track him down and take away his drugs, which he couldn't let happening. Layton, on the other hand, is not only addicted to drugs like mushrooms, cocaine and crack but to puzzles as well. And he was puzzled indeed when he came across a news article that told him about Phoenix Wright and his drug imperium. It was a true enigma to him how Wright was able to get his badge back while being on heavy drugs. Luke didn't go to America after leaving Layton, but instead, Layton tricked him. The ship Luke went on didn't go to America. It didn't go anywhere, it was a trap all along. Inside, Layton held a black market auction, the same Phoenix Wright was attending as well, to sell Maya's organs. Layton noticed that right away, and since he had interest in knowing more about Wright, he arranged a meeting with his new drug friend to go on an adventure in a Middle Ages town to solve cases of murder and puzzles so Layton could test Wright's wits. But what happens in reality is that they both are crawling on a cave floor, sharing their favorite drugs while sobbing, because they don't even have the energy left to commit suicide. It's only enough energy to numb their minds even further with consuming even more drugs than before. So they just are wishing that the next dose might be the final overdose to put themselves to eternal sleep and end their miserable lives. The happy ending of the game actually is really sad when looking this closely. That's the moral of the story. Reality is always sad. Even if hidden behind sparkly curtains. It's basically like Matrix or Inception. They think they live inside reality, but it's just a man-made reality to make them think they are in a Middle Ages village and are solving cases together. And the real reality is where they figured everything out, aka when finishing the game. But that's fake too. It's all inside their crackhead minds. But perhaps not even the drug cave reality is true. This might be really far-fetched, but maybe they just think they are drug addicts in a cave who suffer, but perhaps in reality, they are just video game characters who don't even exist and are just a product of someone's imagination? So it becomes apparent how none of Lady Ema Skye's so-called Plotholes are true, because the whole reality is not. The only thing that's true is the fact that Emma is a retard who can't even get one fact correctly and is blind to the obvious. Next time better actually play the game before making videos about it. You literally missed the whole drug addict point.